You guys the best to ever do it. Let's get right into it, y'all. Listen, while you're out here doing whatever you're doing, being great, being phenomenal like you guys are, being a trendsetter, um, being a trailblazer, a maverick, you know, ahead of your time, a living legend, if you will. You're gonna have a lot of people out here that they don't understand, what you're doing, and they end up obsessing and stalking. And you have to be really careful with people like this because, listen, when you first get started on your journey, whether you're at a job or a content creator or the people around you are what you would consider a hater, but what they would consider just your competition. Now, you don't compete with anyone but yourself, so automatically, these people are putting themselves in a secret competition with you. But here's the reason why they're dangerous and they don't even really realize it. Or even if they do, they don't know the level of magnitude. When they're watching your content and they consider you a competitor, they're not watching you like a subscriber would or someone part of your soul tribe. When you don't put out the greatest of videos, your soul tribe still supports you. You know what I'm saying? Some of them forget to hit the like button or whatever, but for the most part, your soul tribe will support you. They'll watch the video all the way through, even if they think that whatever you're talking about ain't necessarily something they're going through in that moment. They still watch it all the way through. They know how important it is for the algorithm. When you first get started, you're surrounded by haters. They're not necessarily watching all the way through. Especially on like TikTok or like Instagram, they're just swiping. They're not even, or they're hitting like and swiping. They're not even letting the video play through at all, right? So they're doing more harm than good. But they stay in your friends list because they want to see what you have going on, right? So that they can take what they need or what they want from you because they know that you're super innovative and you just come up with stuff, you get downloads. And some of these people think that you don't deserve what you're getting. They don't think that you've had to work hard enough while their lazy selves copy you, right? Mimic and mock you, you know what I'm saying, and use you as a control, as a base, as a standard, and then they try to build upon it or whatever and go in their own direction. But it's dangerous, like I was saying, because if you're just getting started on social media or something like that, these people that really don't like you like that or really want to support you like that, they're not going to watch. Like, for example, if you're putting up long form content, these people, they don't like to watch it. They're going to swipe through it. They're not going to, as a matter of fact, they're going to be looking for snippets in whatever you're saying, to use for whatever they want to use it for. So while you're doing your story time or whatever, they're skipping around. They're, instead of letting it play all the way through, they're getting annoyed with, whatever stories you're telling or whatever, when they're not there for the right reasons and they shouldn't be there in the first place. So when you first get started, especially if you're someone that's super influential, like, my soul tribe is, I'll get to you guys in a sec. What's going on, Johnson? What's going on, Johnson family? You guys are super influential. You have a lot of people that'll orbit you, and they're really only there to get content, to get ideas, and they're not going to properly support you. So you have to deal with that and bear through it because it's going to mess up your algorithm. You're going to have enemies out there hitting the down arrow. You'll have haters out there watching the content without hitting the like button because they're not really there because they're supporters of yours. They're there because they're content creators looking for ideas, and they're very low vibrational and egotistical. That's why they do it through like fake accounts and stuff and never let you know anything like, hey, you got it going on or whatever, because they don't want you to really know that until you go viral. Even then, none of these people really want you to ever do better than them. They don't mind if you do okay, but they don't never want you to do better than them. Been a while, but still here. Good to see you. Hey, what's going on, brother? What's going on? Hey, listen, still around. I'm just, 4 YouTube channels deep. Well, the ones you guys know about, or the ones that I talk about. I got to keep a couple hidden, that make my money because I have haters And until my name is known well enough, I don't want them trying to go over there messing up my money, you know what I'm saying, with those channels. But you know, the crazy part is every channel I have has its own audience. It's not the same audience. That is the craziest part. So I have built up, you know, 4 different audiences, man. It is so crazy. It's so crazy. So, like, for example, Johnson Family's Right. I have not been on here really dropping content consistently for months, if not longer. But on the Lone Wolf podcast, or a King David Lone Wolf podcast, I've been dropping content every day. And you guys don't really know about that channel. So, you know, it's a whole different base over there. And then I also have another channel I was dropping content on, and I am still dropping content on, but that's Lone Wolf Narc Bully. So I've been dropping content. I got this other channel called Spiritual John Wick, you know, so I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'll be out here just putting, you know, I like to spread myself out thin. I don't like to have one channel where I'm talking about narcissists, and I'm talking about spiritual ascension, and I'm talking about, you know, how men need to self-improve, and I'm talking about Warcraft and, you know, spiritual Warcraft. So I just like spread them all out so I can go in depth in each one without having to just lightly glaze over the surface and without confusing people. You know what I'm saying? Without getting online and seeming moody. It's not moody. I'm a passionate person, and whenever I'm doing whatever I do, I embody that passion. So I want to make sure it's you know, spread on different channels so that, you know, my base audience doesn't like, this guy's just, no, I'm passionate. I'm really probably meant to be an actor, and I really get into whatever I'm doing. So, you know, whenever I'm in my narc bully mode where I just want to, you know, go and destroy some narcissistic tactics online, then I go at it a certain way on that one channel. And then on this channel, it's about spiritual ascension. So I'm trying to keep it on the positive while splashing a little dating advice in there. And then on the podcast channel, it's a good blend. It's not too narc bullyish, because the narc bully channel is super heavy. Just got shadow banned, but I'll get that out of shadow ban. You know what I'm saying? Just got this one out of shadow ban. So, you know, and the podcast channel, dude, it's just mixed. It's a good blend. You know, I go for the same walks I do out here on this channel, but I also do the reaction videos. So I'm doing reaction videos, and the reaction videos are light-hearted reaction videos. Whereas on the other channel, the Narc Bully channel, when I'm doing reaction videos over there, they're heavy-handed. They're going in. They're going in. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be tough-skinned to watch that stuff over there. But it's good for me. You know what I'm saying? And I also work out on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. So I'm spreading around, and I figured out how to, because I don't know why I assumed that it would be the same audience that would, you know, but I have different audiences for each platform. And then on each platform for each channel, I have a different audience. So it's a lot. If I can get it to, you know, work together when I get to a certain size, and then, you know, you guys will be like, oh, he has 3 other channels. You know, you guys like start, you know, mixing together. That's going to be where it's at, because all of them will blend together. But right now it's like 4 different bases, and y'all all like different stuff. I like it. I'm multitaskable, so it helps me with my mind. You know what I'm saying? I like it. You know, come over here, get this. And I wanted to heal a little bit more before I got back on here and talk to you guys about narcissism and about, you know, how your energy is special and how it's needed in this realm right now. As you guys know, with the pole shift that we've all been talking about, everybody keeps acting like, see, here's the thing. Everybody talks about, well, you know, it's metaphysical and you know, all this different stuff that you can't, esoteric, it's you can't touch it, all this other stuff. And then they talk about, okay, we're gonna go through a pole shift, and then they act like it was gonna be something that would be a physical thing, like 2 Earths or something. No, fool. You know, your entire life is based off the perspective that you're given. How do you think that you have the perspective you have? As soon as you come out of your mother's womb and you dock at bay you dock at the dock or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you come out your mom's waters, you know, here in maritime law, you got all these different things going on, and you have all these different things that they're giving you as soon as you get here. You know, it's an energy thing. It's about making sure as soon as you get in the realm that your perspective is how do I put this? Think about it like this. If you wanted to control a massive amount of people that have the ability to manifest, is basically your, God is in you, right? So, you're a God, little g in this realm, you can manifest your reality. How would you control a God in this realm? How would you do it? There's only one way to do it, and that's through indoctrination over time. And that's through, making them forget and, who they are, and teaching them the opposite way of how they really should be conducting their lives. Basically, the only way to do that is to put a perspective on you, right? That's a perspective. A perspective of your life is that you're just a human being and you're here to work a job at 9 to 5 until you can't work no more, and then hope that Social Security will carry you through. That is a perspective of what you are, right? But you're also God having a human experience in this realm. And that means that the possibilities are endless. What if your perspective when we were taught in school or whatever, it was that your possibility and capabilities are endless, and through your mind all things are possible, but you have to make sure that you do things with morality, and integrity and things of that nature. What do you think that we would be trying to strive towards? Would it be 9 to 5s, or would it be creating our destiny? See, it's about perspective. And once God gives you the perspective of who you are in this realm, nobody can take that from you. We're doing good, man. Welcome to the best of it. Glad we caught you. Absolutely, I will be getting on here more often, and I will be back scheduling the live streams, you guys. And I have a lot I'm gonna be doing. Just keep up with me. I won't be telling you guys what I plan on doing. I will plan on making a Discord, and I'm going to make another website. Currently, the only website I have, which I hope you guys check out, is Lone Wolf, the lonewolfnarcbully.com. That's where you can get this hat, you know what I'm saying? And they have different colors. I have different colors. I have different colors and different merch, shirts, different hats, stuff like that. Go check it out. But I'm gonna get a website, and that way you guys can hit me up on the website directly, and I'm gonna get a Discord, because I'm gonna start putting members videos out again, because I want to give you guys, certain ones of you guys who are on the spiritual journey I'm on, details about what I did, and how to excel things quicker. I'm on my holistic journey as well. My best friend Moon, his wife's an RN, and she has a whole holistic shop, and me and Moon are always talking about different kind of remedies, natural stuff like that. And I want to be able to put you guys on. That's why I make sure that, take care of my skin. I make sure that I work out. I show you guys I'm working out on TikTok and stuff like that. And that way you guys can, do what you need to do, get like me, feel better about yourself in this realm, and upgrade. But I can't put that information out over here anymore, just on the channels, because I have a lot of haters that watch, and I've been giving it some thought. You ever watch like Cat Williams or other comedians or celebrities say that they said something to someone in passing, or or another comedian overheard them or their set, and then used their jokes on a bigger platform at the time? Now, of course, Cat Williams is the chosen one, so he eventually got where he needed to be, and he called out all these people, right? But what did they do before he called them out? They suppressed him. They try to make him seem like he was crazy. They try to ruin his image online, which is what they do. It's a tactic. They get us all to get online and be worried about our image online, just so that, because we're never really in control of it. So as long as you do what you're supposed to do and not say too much, you're good. But the minute you start talking too much, then you will realize how you've really never had no control of your online presence. They've had control of it the entire time, and they can smear you out any way they want to and suppress whatever you're trying to put out if they feel like it. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, and when you see what I've done is I've come on here and I've shown you guys I don't care, and you shouldn't either. I've gotten online and shown you that your online presence is not the one to be worried about. We no longer know how to speak to each other in person. We don't have any soft skills. We don't have any people skills. So I had to get on here and make you guys realize we need to get offline, meet new people in person, out and about, get out and about, do what we got to do, and not be so concerned with an online image that's not that big of a deal and is not even real to begin with. It's not that serious, and everybody is more worried about their online presence than anything else. You can look at other people that have shown you that none of this stuff is real. Look at Charleston White. He got on here and was acting up all the time, going after rappers. Everybody thought his life was in danger, and now he's getting invited on a podcast speaking on the behalf of men and giving out dating advice. Whatever needed to be done to get where he needed to be at, right? Good marketing, right? But he also knows that sensationalizing things and getting people worked up, you know what I'm saying, it works. And he also knows that I'm not saying he made a character, maybe he's showing a certain side of himself. He also realized you have to show people like an honest side of you, like a side of you that they can relate to, that when they get home and they take their mask off, that they've had to wear all day long around other people, that they're like, okay, that's a side of me right there that resonates deeply. And even if it comes off wrong or whatever, a lot of people have that side of them deep down. And so, you know, Charleston White, Cat Williams, you know, certain truth tellers, you know, I'm not gonna put myself on the level of these men, haven't earned the right yet. But my whole job is, since I was in the military, is to just be a truth teller, keep it honest, and when things bother me or whatever to my soul, I take action. And it tends to trigger people, and it also makes people want to be like me. But the problem is with that, they don't want to pay homage or give you any props or anything like that, because they don't feel like you've earned the clout yet to be recognized. But they're still watching you and taking from you. They don't think that you've earned the clout to be recognized, but they want to watch you and take from you. See, this is very tricky behavior. This is where narcissism and, you know what I'm saying, people that are Machiavellian in nature, you know, this is where those kind of behavioral patterns really show themselves, right? If you don't believe anyone's on the level of being acknowledged, they shouldn't be on the level of being watched to that degree. Definitely not copied or imitated, duplicated. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it the right way. And a lot of people want to believe they're spiritual, but see, when it's time for you to do the right thing and no one's watching, you choose to just steal what you can, you know what I mean, and run with it. And you being who you are, you know this kind of stuff, and you let it be, you let God deal with it or whatever. But you're gonna bring on this kind of energy all the time, energy vampires. You know, I always think of an energy vampire as like a narcissist, but on like a lower level. Like, they don't really know what they're doing. They're kind of just, you know, they see that you have something great going on and they want to be a part of it, but they're so egotistical that they can't really humble themselves to hit you up directly and ask. So they rather orbit, they rather study, they rather try to fill in the blanks themselves. And these are kind of like, you know, the vampires, because what they're trying to do is figure you out, and in hopes of taking a part of you and keeping it for themselves and using it for themselves, right? And this is how a lot of people move nowadays. It's very disgusting. So what I've done is just dialed back how much information that I freely give out, because you're not gonna like treat me, because I mean, like, you're like Cat Williams and other people like, yeah, they stole my joke, and then, you know, Steve Harvey went on to do X, Y, and Z with that joke, and then it's like, man, it could be a big deal. And it took him years, you know, later to get back at him about that. So I'm just gonna like roll back on it. I think I've given enough information to where these people have been able to do plenty for their own businesses and social media platforms. But at this point, the real meat and potatoes of how I got to where I'm at and looking the way that I am, you know, God has definitely warned me about putting it out for free. So we're gonna dial it back, and I'll find a way to distribute that information through a paywall, so that way the ones who truly deserve it, you know, that'll actually put in for it, that actually support me, will get it, and not none of these leeches out here that don't want to support anything, that don't want to give back, but they keep coming by to check on what I'm doing, but they don't believe me to be credible or clout worthy to be acknowledged. So, you know, it's super, super weird to me. And I don't care what kind of babbling I hear online, like I can see my influence on people. That's why I make sure that I dress a particular way. That's why even though it was like the spiritual whistleblower, some goofy lady a couple years ago who was starting a campaign against most men and calling us narcissists, who started some goofy talk about how men wearing shades is a narcissistic tactic. That's why I kept wearing shades when it was not cool to do so. If you wonder why everybody took the shades off for a while, women were starting a campaign about how men wearing shades are narcissists. I kept wearing shades through that entire time. Dealt with whatever was being said, you know what I'm saying? Dealt with all of that, man, and came out the other side. And now if you look online, a lot of people wearing shades again, right? Some people have to be the ones to bear through it, to show that that is nonsensical. That is someone that has a bigotry towards men that wear shades. Apparently she must have gotten hurt by one or two, or she feels like guys like me that wear them are hiding something when we're doing nothing of the sort. And why are you so concerned about seeing my eyes, weirdo? Get yourself a man. You know what I mean? Anybody worried about seeing my eyeballs, get yourself a man. Or I tell you what, the videos I make behind the paywall, I won't be wearing shades. So that way, if you want to see my eyeballs, ladies, you need to go on ahead and pay for it. You want to see these balls, you're going to have to go on ahead and, you know, get it behind the paywall, all right? Out here wanting me to just expose myself all willy-nilly, just say you want to see my eyes. You know what I'm saying? You know, I pay attention to stuff like that. I'm like, what idiot would actually let that bother them? I would be like, what? Somebody couldn't. I've had people say that directly to me. And it's like, why do you need to see my eyes? What does it bother you for? What do you care? Right? Is the information any different that comes out of my mouth with or without shades? So what do you need for me to sit here and let my eyeballs cook with an LED light for? What? Why? It makes you feel better? Well, go watch someone else. Go watch someone else. Okay? I'm starting trends online, okay? I'm showing content creators, be yourself, dude. No one wants to sit in front of a doggone ring light or an LED light for hours. Save your eyeballs. Take it from an engineer, a network engineer that looked at screens for years, had 20/15 vision, and now have to wear glasses all the time. Listen, having screens in your face and bright lights in your eyeballs is not good for you. Take care of your eyes. Wear shades sometimes. Take care of your eyeballs, okay? I'm serious. Don't be sitting there worrying about, I want everyone to see my eyes so that they can look into my soul and they can know that I'm an honest person. Well, put some content out where you're not, but take care of yourself. If you're that much of a people pleaser, then, you know, do what you do. You're going to go down anyway, people pleaser, okay? What time are we working with here? 23 minutes? Almost right. Now I'm saying almost right. You guys will be back on here on a regular basis. I got my everything together. Like I just said, the divorce is finalized. Everything is energy, okay? Everything is energy. I'm just more tapped in than most. So when I had that weight on my back of that marriage and then wanting to go through the divorce, but this woman disappears, and I know she's gonna try to get alimony if I pop on the scene, make with too much money going on or looking like money or bragging about money or talking about money. So God humbled me and said, boy, don't say nothing about what you make and look as poor as possible. Now listen, I'm glad God did that to me. I used to have all the name brand stuff, LeBron, but when I had to look broke to fool my ex-wife so she wouldn't try to get alimony or whatever, it humbled me for sure, because I had content creators and everybody online, oh, he's broke, he's broke. I'm broke, but I don't have to work and you do? What? I have content creators trying to accuse me of getting surgeries and lipo and weird stuff. And I'm like, but I'm broke though. How can I be broke and I be doing that too? And how am I doing that and not work out all the time on TikTok shirtless? Just all kind of stuff being made up, man. You know what I'm saying? So when they started running with the broke thing, I'm like, well, you know what? Let's just go ahead and run with that. And now I ain't got to worry about like the rest of y'all having to wear different outfits and all that. Man, listen, these people expect for me to wear the same type of white t-shirt, you know what I'm saying, type of outfit every day. You know, so it ain't even no big deal. I ain't gotta come up with nothing crazy. Plus, I don't want to do that kind of stuff when I go online. I'm putting out together when I go out on dates. I'm not on here to impress y'all like that. If you can get the information that I'm giving you, and I'm glad that I went through that phase of looking broke, you know, because I was having to start over, but I had money, okay? God made sure I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? Money come in. So I don't even know how those things kept working out the way it did, but I kept having pockets of money come in. You know what I'm saying? That helped me get through on top of having regular money come through. And then my businesses started kicking off. God just worked out like that. Things I had invested in, things I had, you know, gone and done years before came back around. It's crazy how it came back around only after I got rid of her. You know what I'm saying? It should have came back around years ago. Some of this stuff was like 5-6 years ago I invested in. You know what I'm saying? So it was like God let me know, like, you got that weight off your back. Now here you go. Here's your abundance and your money. And I'm like, man, money was rolling in, dude. That's why y'all were like, how is he getting the stuff? But he's in, you know, sweats and a t-shirt and he's looking dusty, but he has stuff. Because I had to make it look like I was fucking broke and out of it, because otherwise my ex would have been trying to figure out how to get alimony. What do you think she waited to the last? That woman just had a kid and we're going through a divorce and we had to fill out some paperwork saying the kid is not mine. She was too busy making babies with her legs in the air instead of just getting a divorce the same way she just did, right? What was that for? Waiting around to see if my black ass is gonna go back to the workforce. So there's a lot of reasons why I didn't go back to the workforce. Of course I wanna be an entrepreneur, but I could easily go back and make $210,000 a year. But guess what would have happened? Alimony. No, I had to just go on ahead and look broke, do what I gotta do. And you gotta just like think this stuff through, man. You gotta figure out what's more important. Looking like you have money to online losers who are also faking like they're looking like they got money, knowing that they ain't got nothing, or just saving your money up. You know what I mean? Doing what you gotta do and letting your ex think that she really won. Then once my attorney, look, you guys, pay attention, y'all. Go back and look at my other channels and see when I said something about getting my attorney, and then start to see how my looks started improving. I had to look like that. I had to. Now, since I've been getting the attorney, you can see, y'all, like, it's like overnight. Nah, nigga, I had to do what I had to do. I am that methodical. I am that methodical. When you come after my money, you know, I'm that methodical. You're not gonna play with me. I'm serious about it. You think I care if I look broke online? She's the narcissist. I'm not the one that care about what anybody else thinks. So she was able to be, hey, look at him online. Look at him. He's looking all bombed down. Look at him. You know what I'm saying? He's online whining about the situation in the relationship. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm building in the background. You know what I'm saying? I'm plotting, planning out how I'm gonna do my merchandise and everything. The money was there. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that showed up with the lawyer, you know what I'm saying, at court. She didn't have one. She can't come up with $2,500 to $3,000, $2,500 to $3,000 that quickly. She wasn't even saving up for it. She was too busy making babies. Listen, man, I said all that to say this. You know, life is about perspective, and you have that divine perspective. Like, you just know that everything is going to work out for you. You've never been in a situation where God hasn't worked things out for you. Never. Hey, what's going on, Johnson? Keep him guessing. Absolutely, man. You got to keep him guessing. I love that. I'm screenshotting that, homie. You know what I mean? That's going to be the title on these videos, more likely. I'm going to go ahead and circle that real quick. Bear with me. I'm circling it. You know what I'm saying? I got to do what I got to do. I got to take notes and grab titles whenever I can, homie. It's rough out here. You know what I'm saying? But I got ones of my own, homie. Hey, listen, you thought I wasn't gonna join in? You crazy. And y'all don't even know which AI channel is mine. You could be watching one, you know what I'm saying, talking about spiritual ascension, or you could be watching one talking about dating advice. You don't know which one on mine. You know what I'm saying? You can monetize them jokers. Y'all crazy, man. I am always making money. You know what I'm saying? God, money's attracted to me. Money just lets me know, hey, this is how you need to go ahead and draw me in. Do this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going on, Mike? What's going on? I don't play, man. You know, I see these other guys making these AI, so I do reaction videos and I see these AI channels. I'm like, a lot of them. I looked it up. I'm like, there gotta be texting me. Are you serious? Oh man, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Out here, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, man? Look, just back on here doing what I do. I had to, get the other channels up and going. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the Lone Wolf Narc Bully, and also, the one that's really popping off right now, King David Lone Wolf Podcast. That one is popping off right now, and it's a good blend of this channel and the Narc Bully channel. The Narc Bully channel is just straight getting at these narcissists, and I probably cuss too much. I get shadow banned all the time on that one. I need to do better, okay? But this is the spiritual channel, so it's supposed to be mostly uplifting with a little bit of dating advice. Also, I seen a video today of this one guy. I don't know what you guys feel about this. It was one guy named Tony Gaskin or something, right? And this guy's a married dude, and he's talking crazy, right? He says, and this is why I don't want no friends, or I don't deal with other content creators, because I'm not getting along with that, and I'm not good with debating with dudes. I ain't going to be like on that. This dude is having a debate with this guy called Ace Metaphor, and I'm not even a big fan of Ace, right? He normally panders to women a lot, but I agree with him on this. This Tony guy is married, and he said he don't believe that people that aren't married should speak or give dating advice. Now, do you see what happens when somebody gets married? Who is he? Now he's God? Now he's God? He's saying that only married people can be a representation of what the outcome's supposed to be, or what people should be looking for. That's not for him to designate, though. He's unappointed himself as the Messiah. And you see what I'm saying? He's a church-going dude, married. If his marriage was so great, why is he spending so much time trying to worry about and trying to tell other men what they can and can't do? See, that's a problem that I have when I see males trying to tell grown men. I never tell on any of my channels men what to do. And I'm an Army veteran. And you don't never tell men, you never disrespect men and tell them what to do. That's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be saying it. See, if he was married to a narc, exactly, more than likely he's a narc, because why in the world is this dude worrying about, now I guess he's using this because every so often we'll get somebody that does something outlandish to go viral to try to get mainstream. But for him to say that he don't believe, like, who are you? Who cares what you believe? I don't give a crap what you believe. What are you doing running around trying to talk about? Who cares what you think? I don't think any man that's in a good marriage should be out here with a podcast. I believe you should be showing a great representation of what marriage is by leading by example. Get your goofy ass offline, show us what a marriage is all about, and let us see it. And let us decide if you're this person that is this great leader or whatever. You don't get to sit online all day while you're supposed to be a married man taking care of your wife, talking about what men should be doing. You worrying about men a little bit too much for me, light brown eyes. He's worried about men a little bit too much for me with his light brown eye self. It's a weirdo, man. And see, that's why I look at different things like, why are you trying to police men? You're pandering to women, but you're doing it the wrong kind of way. It's not his job. If he wants to be an example, then he's a lead by example and get your butt offline. None of us should really be online as much as we are. That's a problem with dating now. So why don't he lead by example and get his black ass offline and stop trying to monetize, you know what I'm saying, his superiority complex? It's a weirdo to me, man. Weirdo. Oh man, that dude, he looks, boy, Similac baby. You know, I remember I was watching the back and forth between him and Ace Metaphor. And remember, I've said things about Ace Metaphor before, but Ace is right on this one, man. He ain't got no... Now, Ace took it from a stance of, I don't know where Ace is, you know, I don't know his preference as far as whatever, but, you know, my preference, I'm in alignment with God. But what I don't believe I should be doing is telling people, you know, who you should be getting advice from, who's qualified to be giving advice. You know, I don't do a whole lot of that based from the stance of, oh, I'm married, or, you know what I'm saying, I'm in most alignment with God. Dude, we have no idea what goes on behind closed doors. Your wife could be plugging you, dude. We have no idea. You could be having some kind of couple swapping going on. We don't know. You know, so you just saying that you're married for X amount of years, well, you know, let us deep dive, you know, since you want to be such a critique, you know, a critiquer, let us deep dive into your relationship over the past 20 years and see if there's been any, you know, indiscretions or cheating or whatever. Don't just get on here and I'm married. What does that mean? Some dudes be down low and have a woman as a beard. What does that mean? Man, stop, dude. You know what I'm saying? Some marriages are business, and that's all that it is. That's what mom always takes. Yeah, he goes and cries with mama. That's what he does, man. That's what it is. You know what I mean? What's going on here? Johnson family, you guys smash that like button. Again, I'm gonna be getting back on here. I'm gonna get off here in a minute. I gotta go and make these chicken tacos real quick. Give my son something else to eat, and then I'm gonna go live. I think. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go live on this channel tonight. Yeah, I'll go live on this channel tonight from the desk, and we'll try to have some kind of, you know, just motivational 30 minutes or something like that with some energy cleansing, probably Reiki at the end. I gotta get that back up and going. Just wanted to wait until I was in the right mood for it. You guys understand something? I was talking to my son about this. I'm always teaching my son how the world really works and tell him how to make sure his imagination is always running wild. And I was telling him how it's all about your vibe, son. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, well, it's all about the vibe, Pop? I'm like, yeah, it's all about the vibe, son. You know, your life is about a vibe. I was talking about this on my other channel. You know, all my life, I've been riding a vibe. My dad was like, when I was in high school, he was like, hey, what are you going to do in your life? I don't know, just wherever the wind takes me. And I was talking about wherever God takes him. My dad was taking it literal. Didn't like it whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you better go to college. No. Rolled that vibe, went in the military, got my good base, got out the military, worked for the White House, got done doing that, then worked for the government as an engineer. I just vibe through stuff, man. Remember, don't let anybody take you out of your vibe. Your vibe is your energy. Your vibe is the energy that you make, right? It's your aura. You know, it's you building your destiny, building your life. Don't let anyone take you out of that energy for any reason. It's about perspective, divine perspective. Your perspective is, you know, that everything in this reality is to help your soul to learn. So any lesson you need to learn, you learn it. If you feel like it's not a lesson for you to learn, you ignore it altogether. A person that is alive in this realm ain't necessarily a person that's meant to be in your reality, okay? They're just here. Now, I know a lot of you don't like the term a main character, and you gaslight it and all of the goofy stuff. I'm gonna use it, right? These people are just NPCs in the background. If they have an opinion of you, which is something that they don't understand, I pay attention to stuff, like 3 cars crossing at one time. If it's something that they don't understand, man, they'll try to project onto you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? If it's a perspective that they can't comprehend, then they'll try to make you out to be a bad guy or make you out to be crazy or whatever. Who cares what they think? That's their perspective. Let me tell you something. Again, I'm gonna say it. When you first get started on your journey and you get online and you're, you know, posting things, the most of the people are gonna be watching you are gonna be haters. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be haters, and they're gonna be trying to find different ways to get under your skin. They're gonna be trying to come up with different ways to gaslight you and make you come off like a fraud. A lot of them are gonna be just other content creators or other people that are doing whatever you're doing, right? It takes you a little bit of sticking to it, not changing up for these losers. That's not your real soul tribe. And then as you're sticking to your guns and being consistent, your soul tribe will trickle in. More and more people like you will start trickling in, and then you'll start having conversations in your live chats or whatever that are in alignment with the topic and the subject at hand. It's not a bunch of random trolling. It's not a bunch of weird bots, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, anything that you're posting. Your comment section, or if it's a job that you have, you know, whenever you're posting up, whatever, if you're the manager there and you're getting pushed back or disgruntled looks, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I just said, when you are consistent, your soul tribe starts working its way into you. And as your soul tribe starts filtering in, the wolves start coming in, the conversation gets better. You start getting People start cash apping you. People start sending donations, super chats and stuff, giving great back and forth. And you can both grow. They'll give you something great that you can learn in the comments or whatever, and then you'll give them. It's not people that are trying to come up with different ways to give you pushback, which any pushback is hate. You're not asking for criticism, so who's sitting around looking for different ways to poke holes in your ideology? If they don't agree with your ideology, go find something else you agree with. That's the problem online right now. Everybody's wanting to give their perspective on someone else's perspective, or give their perspective on something, and just want to muddy the water so you can't really see clearly what is the right way. Or it's just too much of that. I'm over it, man. I'm over it. You know, so I put out whatever I want to say and however I feel, without worrying about, is this going to be appealing to this demographic or this? And if someone has a problem with it, I don't debate them anymore about it, because a lot of times they do understand what I'm saying. They just don't agree with it because it bothers them. It makes their butt crack itch. So they want to argue with me. And then that's me letting them in my energy. I'm not doing that with you, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that with you. I'm not arguing with no dudes online. I'm not going to debate anybody. Your energy is important. You know, my energy, the way that I make my money, is manifesting off my mind. I can't be debating goofies about my ideology when I'm going to be thinking to myself, why do you care? Why are you concerned with consistently letting me know what you think about whatever I do, and I'm not hurting anybody? What's going on here? What's the deeper seated issue that we need to talk about? Your slight obsession, or just full out obsession? You know, like what makes you think that you need to consistently find a reason to poke holes in my ideology while I'm a good dad that's a single parent, taking care of everything by himself, start over from scratch, never let anything really jade me or keep me stuck? I've been deployed to Iraq twice. You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Work for the White House? What? Why would you try to poke holes in anything that I'm saying, as long as I'm not on here calling every woman a bee, and I'm not on here talking about, you know, overthrow, you know what I'm saying, everything? And if I'm not talking that kind of way, then you shouldn't be you should be finding a way to better yourself. You should be, see, that's what I think about. When I see people that make content, especially trying to gaslight me or trying to be coy or cute, it's like that energy could have been spent, you know, making something that would be productive for the overall collective, but instead you decided to get real, like, low vibrational and do something that's not doing nothing good for anyone. And whatever crap you put out is going to perpetuate all this negativity you have going on through you. So it's just, you know what I'm saying, to stay high vibe. Like, for example, I know how we're connected to our phones in a way. Like, sometimes you'll think of something and the phone will just, you know what I'm saying, it'll pop up in your feed, you know, so AI is in it, kind of sentient. I block anything that pops up in my feed that I don't want to see. So if it's certain kind of content popping up my feed, I block it. If it's certain kinds of content creators, I don't need to see the title. Once I see it's like a reader, or once I see that it's somebody that I am not trying to see in my spiritual journey right now, I block that type of content out of my feed. So I'm only being fed in my social media feeds stuff I want to see, not stuff contrary to what I'm doing, because a lot of people like to do that. They like to make content contrary to what you're doing in hopes that you'll see it, or just to do it to make themselves feel better. And you'll end up seeing it, and then you're having doubt, or not doubt, you'll just start like, why is this person going at you? Who cares what they're doing it for? I don't read it. I don't want nothing to do with it. And I've gotten a pretty good grip and understanding of the kind of haters I deal with. I got a pretty good understanding of, like, the kind of content creators to stay away from. So I'm just like blocking them. That's why my energy's right. I don't even let the stuff in my feed. I don't let anything as contrary or negative be in my feed. If I want a contrarian or a devil's advocate type of situation or conversation, I'll have it with somebody I trust, like Moon, my friend, or anyone. Like, you don't let random people judge you and critique you. You have no idea what their reason is for it. You know what I'm saying? They could have been plotting this critique for months, you know, looking over everything you do with a fine-tooth comb in order to find something that they can try to exploit. Why would you? I'm not dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that. I don't listen to it. We got to roll. We got to catch up with you more often. Enjoy the days though. Absolutely, absolutely. We'll be back on here doing this pretty often starting tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go live later on tonight. But I gotta get back. Honestly, I appreciate you saying that. I gotta make this pre-recorded video so I can post it on my podcast channel real quick. So I'm gonna go do that on TikTok. If you want to watch that with me, I will be on TikTok here shortly making that pre-recorded video. It's gonna be like 10 to 15 minutes long. My TikTok is King David the Chosen, same handle. And then I'm gonna get off of there, obviously edit the video, whatever, and then post it on my other channel, King David Lone Wolf Podcast. And then I'm gonna try to jump back on here and go live again before the night is over. I appreciate all y'all that join me. Hit the like button, go ahead and share the live, drop some comments, whether you agree or disagree. I appreciate y'all. Love and light. I'm your brother, and I'm out.